Hey, Drake Maye now is kind of leaving it open as to who will be starting against the said Texans that we brought up. Is it time for Drake Maye? Do you believe, with Drake Maye kind of playing a little cat and mouse game here, we could see the kid against C.J. Stroud and the Texans?
Adam Schefter. Let me start with this.
So many places you want to go. I see the wheels spinning.
I put it like a million ping pong balls going off in my head. I want to start with Mike Reis put out his opinion/analysis.
Okay.
And Mike Reis is an institution here in New England.
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest people you'll cross paths with, full stop.
Connected with the Patriots.
Reporter as a human being. Mike Reis is fantastic. And in what we do, where I try to think outside the box and I want to give my opinion, and I do want to have takes. I have my opinions. I'm going to put them out there. I love doing it every day.
Sure.
Mike Reis isn't one to go out there and stoke a flame and just put something out there to put something out there. So it started with his tweet where he said, there's a notable shift in Drake Maye's answers regarding quarterback situation in his day after game video conference compared to past weeks. Maye said last week the way the team won, its only game was unsustainable, and he seems very strongly to be considering a switch to Drake Maye. Then you have Adam Schefter, who is plugged in with the Patriots, is a team-friendly reporter. If it's Elliot Wolf in that building, whoever. Putting out, a quarterback change could soon be coming to New England with rookie first-round pick Drake Maye potentially starting Sunday versus the Texans. The first report goes out, and that is Mike Reis seeing something and putting it out there. The second one is Adam Schefter picking up his call and calling Elliot Wolf or whoever it may be at one Patriot place and going, what's happening? Shoot, it could be the reverse of, we just lost, we're 1-4.
Yep.
We looked like the most inept team in the world.
They are.
5 of the first 8 possessions were 3-and-outs.
Yeah.
They threw the ball 8 straight times to end the game. When they had 1:12, 3 timeouts, averaging almost 8 yards a carry. With Ramondre Stevenson only at that point, Trav, with 12 carries. It's not like he was at 35 and gassed. Lost a game that way against an awful Dolphins team. Everything's unraveling. Could be the Patriots picking up the phone. Hey, put this report out, Schefter. Because Robert Kraft sitting in that stadium where it was like 75, 85% full, a lot of booze raining down. On a beautiful fall day in New England. Wait, why isn't the stadium full? We've been on the road.
Winnable
We're back
game.
home. It's our second home game of the year. I'd rather go drink apple cider and have apple cider donuts on a Sunday than go watch that team. That's what people are saying. Rather be outside enjoying, rather be at home and watching Red Zone than driving. This is, by the Patriots, a desperation play, in my opinion. It's not going to go well because the offensive line played well, T. I went on here and said Vidarian Lowe is my game MVP.
You did.
0 pressures and 37 dropbacks. Great job. That was against a Jalen Phillips-less defensive line.
Sure.
Zach Sealer was their best. We've seen back-to-back games this year where Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter combined for 13 or more pressures.
Gosh.
And if I take week 5 alone, in a game where the Patriots were averaging almost 8 yards a rush, and if you take away Ramondre's long touchdown run, they're almost at 5 yards a rush. That's beautiful. On a day they were averaging almost 8 yards a rush, out of the 37 dropbacks for Jacoby Brissett, play action just 4 times. What is your offensive play caller doing? Because if you start Drake Maye with 2 backup tackles, a center that says, I'm still getting used to playing center and look terrible, and a backup left guard as well, Michael Onwenu back to right guard. Against that pass rush, a team that likes to blitz around 35, 40% of the time, you need to help your rookie quarterback. Alex Van Pelt, who has not adapted since week 2 at all with his team losing, has not shown he's capable of that. I've been the one of you play Drake Maye when the offensive line is ready. You don't play Drake Maye until your offensive coordinator is ready. But guess what? If they won Sunday, Drake Maye would not be playing against the Texans.
No, he wouldn't.
But their offensive coordinator failed there. Their head coach failed there. To not tell him to start calling run plays, this is what they're being dealt with.
Yeah, listen, to play devil's advocate, though, if you start Drake Maye on Sunday against the Dolphins, maybe you win the game. Maybe. I hated the play calling. And by the way, I mean, Jacoby Brissett, you brought this up.
I won't dispute. Maybe you win it.
34 attempts. What are we doing? Now, certainly, you've seen enough at this point of the Jacoby Brissett experience to say, okay, we're ready to move on. But at the same time, you're not really setting him up for success to begin with when you're asking him to drop back that many times in a game where you could have ran the ball down the Dolphins' faces and took their will and won that game. But again, devil's advocate here, if Drake Maye's in that game, makes one or two plays with his legs, let's just call it, or extends a play with his legs and finds someone down the field, maybe win a winnable game with a play or two. That's not going to be the case with the Texans. I think it's safe to say all of us feel that way. Unless Drake Maye goes out and puts up Jaden Daniels numbers, you're not beating the Texans. And I don't think with this offensive line, and certainly these receivers, that's a realistic goal. So regardless of who you play, you're going to need to run the ball the rest of the year. You want to help Drake Maye's development. You want to help Drake Maye not get decapitated because of your offensive line. Run the damn ball. So with Alex Van Pelt dropping back, throwing it all over the yard and not committing to the run even when it has success, it doesn't matter who you – and I've been banging the Drake – George and I have argued on this show and others about Drake Maye, Jacoby Brissett, what week, blah, blah, blah. I am now to the point, the leader of the Play Drake Maye band that I am, I'm to the point where it's like, what difference does it make? The line can't block and you don't commit to the run as an offense. It doesn't matter who your quarterback is. You're not going to have success. If you are in tight games that can come down to a play here, a play there, I like your chances better with Drake Maye because he can move. He can bring that element, but that Jacoby can't.
Yeah.
But that may be few and far between. I mean, that Dolphins game conceivably could be the last game we see like that. I don't believe that's going to happen against the Texans. I think you get smoked. Then you go to London against the Jags. We'll see. But they certainly have weapons offensively. Trevor Lawrence looked a lot better.
They can score more than 17 points.
Bro, 17 points is a magic number. You get to 17 against the Patriots, you're going to win the game.
3-13-10. Those are the point totals of the last three games from the past. 3-13-10.
Yep.
Just sit on that. This Texans defense, Josh Allen finished 9 of 30.
Oh, and that's Josh Allen.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
And you point out, and I said it to you, I go, Trav, you know what? Here's the one thing I'll give Drake Maye. In training camp, if you have a quarterback that can move more,
sure,
and you have a run game, you go play action, you go some bootlegs, you have a movement, buying time, extending the play in a schematic way, that helps your offensive line. Cool. Do you trust Alex Van Pelt to do that?
No, there's no creativity with him.
He hasn't adapted. He has not adapted.
Yeah.
And when it's staring him in the face that a motivated Ramondre Stevenson, after being sat for a 3-and-out, came out, eyes on fire, 2 hands on the ball, eluding everyone, Mike Onwenu, Kayshon Boutte, Nick Leverett having the time of their life run blocking.
Yes, of
Ask
course.
any offensive lineman, pass or run block, 12 out of 10.
Yeah.
120, all of them will say run block.
Yeah.
It's more fun to beat the crap out of someone than drop back and get your face pushed in time and time again. Everything was clicking. He saw it. Everyone at that stadium saw it. Everyone watching saw it. And he didn't do that. I don't trust him to make the proper adjustments to protect a rookie quarterback, but also to call plays to maximize his ceiling.
Yeah.
His athleticism in an RPO is a huge upside. His strong arm downfield. But what are you going to draw plays, downfield shot to Pop Douglas like we saw?
Right.
You don't have the personnel and you don't have the play caller.
Yeah.
I understand playing him. If he played Sunday, could they have won that game? Certainly.
Yeah.
I would not write it off.
Sure.
He could have made plays that Jacoby couldn't have.